What's up, Disc Golf California here. We're over at Cedar Ravine or Lions Park here in Placerville, south side of Placerville. Beautiful park. This is Joel. We're going to go and play a couple of holes here really quick. I'm going to walk to the first hole. It's quite a little jaunt. I don't have a cameraman. This is Joel here again, Disc Golf California. We're on the first hole here, Cedar Ravine, or Lions Park. I think it's pronounced Lions Park, or that's the official nomenclature. We're at hole number 1 though. This is the tee pad. I'm going to just toss it. I don't have a cameraman. I don't know where to prop up the camera, so good luck to you, I guess. I'll just be honest. I really will if I get +3 or anything like that. I'll let you know, even if I get a hole-in-one. I mean, you're looking at a good 100 yards out. It's going to dogleg to the left, so right down there. So we're going to actually, you can see my fingers, the gauge. We're going to aim for that area. I'll let you know how shot number 1 goes. Talk to you on the flip side. Peace. All right, hole number 1, second shot, or first shot just attained. We're going to our shot. It's all right. It's right down the fairway. It skipped a little bit soon, though. I wish it didn't do that. Sometimes you can actually ride the cart path, or actually the middle part there, so it skips a good extra 20 yards, especially with an Innova driver, one of those Innova plastics, or let's see, here we are. Alright, so we're actually buried in the trees right here. It's the first pin placement for all of you regulars, and I'll talk to you on the flip side. This will be shot number 2, which in my opinion is the most important shot. Alright, our second shot didn't go too good, so I'll definitely be looking at a bogey, which is not a problem. I haven't played for several weeks. It's too hot out here in Northern California. But I guess there's no place I'd rather be. Best weather, best people, best culture, for the United States anyway. So there's the pin. It's like right in the trees, so I just usually I'm going to have to be a little aggressive to try to at least get through some shrubbery. But you have to get it within what I call the 8-foot zone. So the 8-foot zone is actually where you're pretty much guaranteed at least a sinkable putt. So this is my third shot on hole number 1. Not very impressive with the Cinderella story. So we'll see what we can come out in the rest of the course. Talk to you later. Well, success on shot number 3. I actually split the gap between those 2 trees, which is very, very nice indeed. So, at least I have a bogey, but we'll try to get a few birds here or even us out. Talk to you later. Alright, so we're in the shady fauna here, or shady flora, excuse me, of our hole number 1, and we're going to go ahead and just get our bird here. We're going to head up to hole number 2, which is right over here. Tee pad, and actually we're going to cross right back over. Little different fairway, a little different approach, I guess, than the course setup here. There's only 12 holes, so that's one of the little quirks. Let me quickly show you the tee pad. They spent no expense actually providing some decent amenities. Hole number 2. This one's historically one of my favorites. What you're going to just do is go as straight as you can. Any caution areas to keep away from? Yes, you want to try to keep away from the left here. Everything else up there you'll be okay. I'm going to drive. See you later. Alright, Joel again, over here on hole number 2. Well, I actually went against my own theory, and I actually did end up in the trees on the left. So I'm going to actually walk you to it just to show you the rugged terrain. I mean, a lot of people ask, you know, what shoes should you wear for some of this? Well, this Placerville course is actually one of the most rugged disc golf courses I've been on. Shady Oaks down in Orangevale is another one. Auburn has nice facilities. But hey, I just love Frisbee golf, so I'm going to kind of show you exactly. Alright, now this actually might work out okay for me. The pin is just straight ahead right there. Can't see it. And here we are. We have a good manzanita shrub, or at least I think that's manzanita. If my disc golf videos bore you, I apologize. Just go to another channel. So what I'm going to do is actually, you know, just kind of like with a very overstable disc like my putter. These putters are beautiful, especially the Innova AVRs. So what I'm going to do is just kind of like, I'll actually keep the camera recording for this. So you're going to actually always want to make sure you avoid like twigs. Alright, so the safest thing to do here, a lot of people would just kind of chuck it. Safest thing to do would be kind of like fling it, because you get a gap of a stance if you need it. And then you're just going to fling it. And that should land pretty close to where you want to go. Tip number 1, successful. And here we are. It's going to be our par shot. So +1, and I'm coming up to number 3. It looks like it's going to slope down to the right. Now that's important to know, because that means you want to try to keep it up to the left. See? You never want to go down. Try to stay up in elevation as best as possible. This one, I'm not exactly sure where the pin placement is, but I'm assuming it's number 2, which is going to be down to the right. Yep, so we're going to where my first shot landed. If you haven't played disc golf before, I suggest you do. It's very exciting to a certain kind of person. Me, I'm actually really into the outdoors. It's something I like to do. I like the casual environment of it all. And you meet a lot of, dare I say, interesting people. So it looks like my shot went right over here. So you don't want to go right here where the pin was for number 2, because our basket is just right up here, and you always want to stay up in elevation. My ideal shot would have been if it landed right there. But I'd be doing you a huge disservice, of course, if I didn't tell you what I would shoot with. Well, you're looking at a good, I'd say 30 yards out. Now remember, you have a slope and elevation, so it's very important to keep the disc up. Very important. So in this case, I need the heavier of all of my discs, and one that's maybe overstable, like my putter. So let me see if I can do this while I'm filming. The thing is, you got to keep it between those trees. So I'm going to kind of do a little dive bomb. Not too bad. Although I actually would have preferred if I stayed between the trees, but sometimes it works out good for you too. I'm about 2 feet up. I'm just going to go ahead and par that one out, and I'll see you over at hole number 4. Hey, hole number 4. Aquí estoy en la Cedar Ravine Park. Or Parque Cedar Ravine, however you want to say that. I'm going to drive. We have a decent tee pad. Okay, now the holes can, or the pin, excuse me, can either be in a couple places, but it's always on the left. You have a significant downhill slope. I would take a driver and aim right between those 2 trees. What it'll do is naturally come to the left. But you really need to get distance here, so that's why I always go for the driver. Keep it low. Remember, low. Low is pro. Over at hole number 4, Lions Park. Joel just hit a crappy drive. Fortunately, I didn't lose it, but I'm going to be down by the left. Here's a little tip. Now, of course, I'm not a professional, but one thing you always want to do is get those discs to come out into the open somewhere, because anytime you get close to a big tree, for example, you're going to significantly limit your shot. So I'm going to be covered by this gigantic overbearing oak, and I'm going to be somewhere over here. Our pin's going to be probably, it's going to be either close right here or very far. Here we are. Bummer deal, dude, as they like to say. But I guess I could demonstrate the tomahawk chop. Well, let me show you, because I can't film it, obviously. But you really do have to take your heaviest disc, my putter. Actually, I'm going to get to the Pegasus. The Pegasus I'd rather throw because it's just crappier than my putter. My putter is extremely valuable. So what you're going to have to do, unfortunately, to have any hopes of getting a good score, of course, you could just be a puss and just toss it back into the fairway. But let's try this, okay? Let's do it together. And I actually see the pin, The pin is actually not too far away. So what I'm going to do, it's about 50 yards. So what I'm going to do is just kind of take this and just tomahawk it over that tree. See if we can't do this while we're filming, I guess. This is going to suck. And I get caught in the tree. Fortunately, I did not. It's a risky move. Okay, well that sucked royally. We're still now behind the overbearing oak tree. So what I'm going to have to do, unfortunately, is just take the hit. Just get out into I like to do those little rolls and try to get as far as you can, but be very careful when you do that. Righty then. Bummer deal. So anyways, we're still a good 25 yards out. I'm just going to have to focus on getting into the pin. What I like to do with a putt of this kind is just let the disc levitate as you push forward. Very important, because you're not giving it as much spin, so it's going to fall quicker. So when you do that, you have to levitate it while you're spinning, just to give it some speed. Let me try this here. Ooh, very close. Alright, well, we landed about a foot away. Good shot. And we're just wrapping up hole number 4. So as it stands, I guess I'm at +2. Unfortunately. I'm going to go ahead and call it quits, but I'll try to finish the rest of the course for you another day. It goes significantly uphill, actually. This photo is very meaningless unless you're actually here. But this is actually right here is level, and if you look up a little bit, you can actually see the hill form and all those trees. So it's a very, very rugged course, but it's a very good cardiovascular workout when you've been commuting home from your job. We'll talk to you all later. It's Disc Golf California. Peace. What's up? Disc Golf California here. We're over at Cedar Ravine, or Lions Park here in Placerville, south side of Placerville. Beautiful park. This is Joel. We're going to go and play a couple of holes here really quick. I'm going to walk to the first hole. It's quite a little jaunt, so I'll catch you at the first hole. Peace.